What's up, everyone? It's April, release over 20 giveaway time. It's just me and Adam so far tonight. We'll see if the rest of the team shows up. If not, we got it covered. We've done this a few times, haven't we?
We have.
Got a little experience with it. So what's new in your world, Adam?
Oh, not fishing wise, not much. Let's see. I've been out a couple times. Wasn't able to go last week, but I've been out once a week the last 2 weeks prior. It really has not been very good, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the time with you was that was fun. That was a decent trip. But
I am declaring you my good luck charm because I don't think I've fished with you or I haven't caught a 20-inch trout.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? What's going on, Jason? Thanks for joining. Hey, Josh, what's going on, man? Good to see you guys. If anyone, as usual, if anyone has any comments, just leave us a comment and we'll address it. But yeah, so Adam and I had a great day fishing here in Charleston. How was it? A couple of weeks ago, I guess. Yeah, because I went Sunday and it was like the same tide, so it had to be 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
And hey, thanks, Jason. You're the man. Appreciate it. I love seeing all your picks all the time, man. You're a pretty awesome fisherman. But yeah, so we went out. It was a high tide with just like if you could picture the perfect trout, overcast, slight breeze. Went out in the morning, had a really good topwater bite. Pretty much everywhere we want, right? I mean,
yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. Adam ended up sticking his second biggest in Charleston for a nice 21-incher, and we kind of grounded out the rest of the day. And at the 11th hour before I had to leave, I stuck a nice one, a 4-point-something pounder. So now I have three Charleston or 3 South Carolina fish for heavy hitters. Man, it's going to be tough to get 10 3-pounders.
Dude, you could do it. We're only in May, beginning of May.
Jeez, yeah, but they're like right now is the time. Like they're full of eggs, and it's a little bit easier. But when they're not spawning, man, it's like a 22.5-inch trout. It's going to be 3 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a lot for here. But nevertheless, I'm enjoying doing it. It's definitely got me focusing more on trout than I ever had before. A lot of times I'll choose to do other stuff, but now I'm like, I'm going to go and really focus on them. But, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just going to say, and we got up, before daybreak and got on the topwater bite. It was definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, I ended up. So I've been loving those peanuts, right? So Scotty gave us a couple at ICAST, those peanut topwaters, and
yeah, good.
I guess there's a lot of people that make them. And a freaking bluefish cut my one off. The one that I had, and I the second cast I ever threw on that thing, I caught a 20-inch trout, and it was going strong. And then the stupid bluefish cut it off. So I went to Waterloo Rods, one of our sponsors, and I bought like four more of them. Looks like Carrie joining us here.
I had the one that got away. I had a little Rapala skitterwalk, and I'm pretty sure. Look, everybody thinks the one that got away was like the biggest one, but I'm telling you, it felt pretty big, and I'm pretty sure it was a trout. But it broke the I don't even know what you call it, but the split ring, the thing that connects the split ring to the lure, like it broke.
The little loop that holds a split ring on the bottom of the plug.
Yeah, it broke. I've never had that happen before.
Yeah, on the skitter walk too. I've never.
When was this, Adam?
A couple weeks ago with Dave.
Hey, Carrie.
It was a big one. It was pull and drag. Like you said with the big trout, how they kind of circle when you get them close to the boat. They circle and dig down. That's exactly what it did, and it definitely felt pretty big. But
Adam hasn't slept since.
There's always a couple that you have, right? But you're like, man, there's like that definitely will be one of them. But you could also, I don't know if you guys do you want to talk about our Texas trip real quick?
Yeah, and I got that in our slides.
Oh, you do? Okay.
So yeah, so here we go. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our trip. So take it away. I mean, how was the trip from your guys' perspective?
It was good. It was my first time fishing in Texas, I think. Right, Kerry, yours too?
Oh yeah, first time fishing for trout, wading for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, great trip. We appreciate our Mississippi rep Don Bailey's kind of put it all together. Captain Dave Rousey was our guide for 2 of the days. Supposed to be 3, but weather took care of the third. Great guide. Would definitely highly recommend him if you can get him. It sounds like he's pretty busy, but he was definitely like full confidence that where we went was definitely as good as we could have had it. But fishing just unfortunately was not what we wanted it to be. But the one kind of takeaway, at least on my side, having never fished Texas, is what's really cool about Texas is though, even though the third day we were supposed to go with Captain Dave, the weather, was blowing probably 30 or 40 knots. And we're like, he even said, he's like, it's not worth your money, quite frankly. So we took his advice. But the cool thing about being in Texas is we just drove down the road and, literally just did some self wades. And I mean, we didn't like kill it or anything. We caught some fish though, but also having never fished in conditions like that, it was kind of fun. But I think that not everywhere you go would you have that option where you get blown off a boat, but you're still able to at least fish. So I thought that part was really cool.
Yeah, you caught about 7 or 8 fish that day.
David, yeah.
Really nice quality trout towards the end.
Yeah, it was like we luckily the bank we were waiting from was
David. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Adam, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what Carrie's got going on, but the bank was, I guess, what do you call it, windward? So the wind was blowing offshore, so it made it manageable. So we could cast downwind, and we just kind of worked a couple different places. And the last place we went, just as we waded in, we were kind of coming back to a place that we waded before and caught a few. So we kind of just went back there to try it at a different time of day. And just as those guys had kind of already gone in, and I was like retying a lure. And when I walked in, I noticed right in front of me, there was like a bunch of balls of mullet swimming around in like little schools. So I decided to just try that spot, and I started casting around, and I caught like a 18-inch trout, and then shortly after I caught a 21. So that was pretty cool for a bonus day. We were just literally trying to burn time on a day that we didn't have a trip. So I was pretty stoked to catch that one pretty decent trout. So so I don't know how to leave a comment for Carrie, but anyway, yeah. So that was cool. Like you said, Adam, Dave Rousey he's one of my conservation heroes. So it was really cool to meet him in person. He was great. He was awesome. Just one second. I'm just going to plan to.
Yeah, definitely. He was a big champion of conservation. I'm really excited to go back after, their new regulations that I think just took effect within the last couple months of specifically for trout. Obviously it's not fair to judge for our 4 days that we were there, but obviously wasn't that great fishing wise. But I think there'll hopefully be much less days like we experienced, because of these new regulations. So it's exciting.
Right. Yeah. So when we were there, I guess it's kind of like the time of year, so the change of seasons.
What did you do? Just
a lot of wind, and
log back in.
The bay has some kind of an algae bloom going on. So like it's for having someone as experienced and good as Captain Rousey plus
each other.
5 other anglers all fishing spread out for several days and just not catching those big trout. It was just tough.
Look,
that's not a judge on Baffin Bay or Corpus Christi. Like, we're definitely going to go back because we know how good it is. So.
And it just goes to show, right? That's fishing. We plan this out like months ahead of time based on what we thought would be the best, like moon cycle and all, conditions. Not knowing obviously the exact weather, but planned it pretty far out specifically for this, and that's fishing. It doesn't always work out. But like it was still a great trip, and like we said, we're all looking forward to going back. So
this picture of us on the front of Captain David Rousey's boat. So it's I think a 25 or 26 foot Haney, which is a popular Texas brand boat, but that thing was very impressive. Like he was going like almost 60 miles an hour over 2 to 3 foot chop, and it was smooth as can be. Like I was very impressed with that boat.
Yeah, agreed.
If you get a chance to fish with David Rousey, like do it. It's well worth it. I learned a lot for sure. So anyway, great trip.
That's right. And we were there during the solar eclipse, but we didn't really. It was overcast that day, so we really didn't get much of it.
Well, a little disappointing. It was just kind of looked like a storm cloud coming over, sort of.
But yeah, good time.
Yeah. So I wanted to move on a little bit and mention a tournament that I participated in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina, which I think is amazing. Murrells Inlet has really become leading the way in South Carolina for catch and release tournaments. It's like, in my opinion, my strong opinion, it's the wave of the future. There's no reason to have a kill tournament these days. And this was a live release flounder tournament up in Myrtle Beach. Carrie, can you hear us now?
I got you now, David. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And so I went up there and they asked me to speak at the captain's meeting, which was awesome for them to do that. But as you know, in captain's meetings, everyone's talking and drinking beer. So I don't think anyone heard me anyway. But the tournament was a lot of fun. There wasn't a great flounder bite. Like what happens there is like within a matter of like a week or two, they get this big influx of fish. And this was like, turns out it was like 2 weeks before the influx. I think right now they're really on them. I've seen a lot of big flounder being posted out of Murrells Inlet. And it's just like someone flipped the switch on. But for us, it was kind of a grind. There was only 3 flounder over 20 inches weighed in. All 3 would have placed in the money. And they had a little side pot for bluefish. And, there's a lot of little bluefish caught. But it was a really well-organized tournament by the Grand Strand Saltwater Anglers Association. David Rapp is the organizer. So it was really good. I look forward to going back next year. But I wanted to point out, so here's the results. But they chose to make their winners plaques, release over 20 themed plaques, which is, I thought, amazing. They did this on their own, and they asked me or us to come what they're going to do is have the anglers' names and the length and weight of the fish that they caught engraved. And then at one of their club meetings, they're going to have the award presentation. So I think that'd be really cool to be able to present that. Really awesome thing they're doing.
Yeah.
The other thing that David had a good idea was he asked if fishing clubs if we could make like a table of fishing clubs where when a fish is entered, you could pick a pull down and pick your club and then have your release associated with a club. And then we could have like a national leaderboard for clubs. And I thought that was a great idea too. I think the days of fishing clubs are kind of dwindling, but there still are some out there like this one that's really strong. And it's pretty easy to set something like that up. So definitely do that. But really good tournament. I just want to give them a shout out. So you might have saw this on our social media, and we had this comment from the followers. So this was exciting. So on my right in this, or as you're looking at this picture on the right is Captain Jason Burton, and on the left is Captain Chris Regan, and they're both part of the Murrells Inlet Fishing Charters. It's like a conglomerate of, I think they said they have 10 boats, and at least that many captains, and they all met and did this all on their own. Agreed as a group to make release over 20 for trout mandatory as part of their business. So we had a little video that I posted on that, but isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, I saw the videos. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was had a crowd there too, giving you a hard time.
Yeah, so we went behind a restaurant because it was like 100 people around the corner, and of course a lot of people had a few toddies and driving by in the truck heckling us as we were trying to do it. So it was hard to keep a straight face, but anyway, good job to those guys, and I hope we get some other charter groups sort of following their lead. And I see more and more every day. We'll talk about a little bit later, like one of the captains that was leading this month really has taken release number 20 to heart, which is really cool to see. So moving on, let's show the results for April. So we had 163 trout, 6 flounder, 2 sheep's head, and 219 red drum. A lot of those red drum were from our charter captain. Like I mentioned, he's really taking it on. Our angler leaderboard, we had Joshua Loescher with, it looks like 26 was in the lead. Robert Montana, Dwayne Lalou, Dan Ferimsky, Brian McPhail, Boston Underwood, Clark Krazit, Carl Rockbone, Jason Lutz, there he is, and Connor Bodenhall. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your names, guys. It took, looks like 7 or 8 to make the top 10 in the nation for April. South Carolina was the leader this month. Again, it's because of our captain, and followed by North Carolina, Florida, and Virginia in 4th, which is a little surprising. And shout out to Louisiana with well over 20 entries, which is pretty cool. And then, so here we have the guide. So this is Fontaine Charters out of Edisto Beach, South Carolina. Captain Jimmy Skinner has really taken this to heart, and he's been entering like all of his release over 20 redfish and trout, and flounder that he's been catching. And if he catches them himself, he's entering for himself. But if he catches it for his client, it's for his client. And you'll see later how many entries he's got. But he had, over like close to 70 entries last month, which is really cool. And that's just one captain. I mean, imagine when we get more sort of participating a lot. And the thing is, I think did he win last month? I think he might have won last month for his client. So, I mean, the more you enter, the better your chance to win, just like a lottery ticket. So that's cool. I mentioned to him, he did win last month. I mentioned to him that his client won. And I said, Scotty's been working on some incentives for the charter captains too. And he's like, man, I don't care about that. It's all about making my fishery better, and I'm just stoked for my client. And I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah. So, and I have a special place for Edisto. I used to have a house down there and fished it a lot. It's a really special place. So glad to see him doing that. So move ahead to the giveaway. So Kerry, man, you put together a great set of giveaways this month.
Well, we have a lot of people that are giving us merchandise, and it's easy to have good giveaways when you have so many people giving you great merchandise. And I've been talking to a few people that might be interested in jumping on with us. But yeah, we've got so many people that like Epoch that's jumped on with us, and my gosh, all of the clothing that we've gotten from some of these guys. But this captain's giveaway, we've got the Epoch mouse pad Ice Strike released over 23/16 pack. David, what is that? The RO20?
So I made these up a long time ago before we became a nonprofit. And what I did was I made special eyes. They're the only, like, you can't buy these eyes that have like a hologram in them.
Oh, okay.
And they're kind of cool and different. And I made a special packaging, and I used to sell them for like $10 for a pack, and then I would donate the $5 to Release Over 20. Gotcha. And we never really sold that many, so I just said I'll just donate them all to the nonprofit, and then we just give them away. So that's why we have like 60 something packs of them.
Okay. Well, then we've got the Coastal Swim Bait. Got the Coastal Swim Bait sticker, AFTCO koozie, drum spots, alphanumeric T-shirt, light blue and heather. So that's what I mean. Drum spots have given us so many clothes. Mirror 18MR, Topwater Company sample pack clips, which used to be the old Quick Clips, or what was it called?
Twitch Clips.
Twitch Clips, okay.
Yeah.
And Z-Man Scented Paddler Z Creole Croaker, which are, all of this stuff is somewhere around. These guys give us their prices, but I think half of them give us their retail and half of them give us their wholesale. So I always write down the amount. That way it gives me an idea when I'm doing my giveaways. I always write down the amount. So I always try to come up somewhere around $75 to $80. So this is a $75, $80 giveaway.
What's up, Jonathan? Yeah, it's a good one. It's a side note on that color mirror lure. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of hard to find, and we gave one away to someone a couple months ago, and he said,
I remember.
"Where can I get those? That thing is slaying them." I have no idea.
What color is it?
It's like a white with a pinkish side.
Yeah, it doesn't say, just a Mirror MR is what.
Yeah,
the switching is, and
it might just. So we have boxes, and it just says on the outside, it says like 18MR.
Yeah.
And honestly, if Carrie says pull an 18MR, I just open the box and pull out whatever I grab.
You have to, because it's just.
But that's a good color.
Yeah. So, kind of goes pretty well with that Coastal Swim Bait. So I guess if pink is on, you're in pretty good shape for this month.
Yeah, interested to see how that little glide bait works. It looks cool as hell.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yep. So this is, I just wanted to show this. This is our guide list, and look at Jimmy Skinner's entries. These are all clients, right? A lot of entries. So there's 87 get on board entries this month, which is really strong. And needless to say, he's got a good chance of winning. Let's go ahead and let's find out. So third roll is our winners. 28, 8, and the winner is 21.
21.
Which is...
Gotta be him.
Look at that. Jimmy Skinner. My man.
Right.
Cliff Strohmeyer is his client, and it was a 30-inch red drum. Nice fish. So congrats to Captain Jimmy and his client Cliff. We'll get in touch and send those out.
Great.
All right, let's go to.
So we're going to go to the General A, which is just the general for all the other three that were put together, and we still got a lot of these. Guys, do you know that it's going to be a year in April that we got all these Tundra series ice packs? In July will be a year, because that was when
we have a lot left.
I know we do, but man, that just goes to show you that it doesn't take a lot to get involved with Release Over 20, because we stretch it out. But anyway, we got more Marshwear. We got the sun mask and the sticker from Marshwear. Coastal Swim Baits. Got the Coastal Swim Bait sticker. APCO koozie, Arctic Ice medium purple. Slap a Fish decal. Top Water Company sample pack clips. And Z-Man jerk shrimp fried bologna. Bologna is how we say it in Missouri, but it's B-O-L-O-G-A.
That, by the way, is a peanut topwater.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's the one.
That's the one. That's Adam's. Yeah. That's his. That's well, both of ours. It's become my new favorite. That profile.
Yeah.
Next to Scotty.
Yeah.
I've still got mine that Scotty gave me sitting on the dash of my, I think my gray truck.
Have you fished it?
Nope, haven't even put it on a rod yet. It just sits there like an ornament.
It works. It works.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah. Adam caught a 21-inch trout on one.
Indeed.
And had something get off. Was it that one that it got off of?
No, that was actually a pit. That it was a skitter walk, but it was pink.
Oh, okay.
You guys were talking about pink before.
Uh-huh.
It was hot pink, coincidentally.
Nice. All right. So great giveaway. Those ice packs are awesome. I got a couple. Use them all the time. We have 303 entries for this one. Okay, 303. Okay, let's pick giveaway A, third roll. 287, 17. Winner is 57. 57. So the reason we do this, guys, is that it's transparent. Anybody can win. We don't know who won until you're watching live and watch us do it. So the winner is Jay Hinton from North Carolina with a 23.5 trout.
Wow. 23.
Nice.
North Carolina.
Really good one. He's the winner of giveaway A. Congrats.
Yeah, we've met him. He comes down for the Hadrill show. I'm pretty sure that's him.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say I don't remember, but if I saw him in person, I probably would remember his face.
All right. Giveaway B is the Marshwear sun mask and the sticker. Coastal Swim Bait sticker. APCO koozie, Drum Spot small, alphanumeric t-shirt, light blue heather, Slap a Fish decal, Top Water Company sample pack clips, and Z-Man jerk shad redfish toad.
Good profile in color. One thing I want to mention about these sun masks, they have that kind of a soft sort of sun shirt material, which I like a lot. But that's not just like a cheap fabric and those things. They're a nice quality one.
I haven't had one of those on yet, but I need to buy one.
I like them a lot better than the cotton ones.
Yeah.
Definitely really good. I tried to pick a different Coastal Swim Bait profile for each of the giveaways. So this is it's like a smaller sort of, looks kind of like a smaller skitter walk. I'm not really sure what profile it is, but anyway, it's pretty cool.
By the way, AFCO is having their spring sale. I happened to be did a little browsing before we came on the air. Some decent deals if you're in the market for any outdoor wear, sun shirts, shorts, all that stuff. Some decent deals. Spring sale.
I love their stuff. I got a really nice raincoat from them.
Yeah, it seems like it's obviously top quality.
So here's a prime example. If you look at that Drum Spots t-shirt in the light blue heather, it says retail is $25.99. In my book, I've got it as $20. So that's another $6. But
yeah,
like I say, a lot of this, they just tell us what their cost is. They don't tell us what retail is. I probably should go through and find out what retail is, because these giveaways might be closer to $100 than they are to 75. But
I mean, you can just look at it and tell it's a good pack.
Yeah,
for sure. Hey, Scotty.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Tired.
You've been burning them
on the
candle
water
at both ends.
Yep.
A lot of night trips, right?
What was that?
You've been doing a lot of night trips.
night trips, and then today I was spent all day in the console fixing some wiring, and then just played softball.
Yeah, that'll do it. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Scotty, we were talking about those peanut plugs you gave us last year at ICAST. Do you know where did you get them from? Was it Salty Bay or something?
Salty Bay Fishing. Salty
Yeah.
Bay.
They're
Yeah,
also
cool.
you can also get them as under Mansfield Knockers, and there's another place. There's several different companies that sell that profile, and I think they like custom color them and things like that. I think they must be able to buy the blank. I guess, is that right, Scotty? Do you know?
Yes, sir. They're buying the blanks and then painting them the custom colors.
Yeah. Do those things work really well?
They catch everything.
Yeah. I had like 7 or 8 trout and a redfish on it on Sunday, and it was kind of a marginal day of catching, but I think I had really good hookups. I think I only lost like 1 or 2.
I've been catching a ton of like big blues between 22 and 29 inches.
Nice.
And like probably 8 to 10 of them on one plug, and then it's either got the hooks ripped off of it or it's finally beyond like working.
Yeah.
When you say blues, Scotty, what do you mean?
Bluefish, like choppers.
That big? Really? Wow.
Usually we don't get them that big till the fall, but this spring they've been like huge. So
Wow.
it's nothing to catch a 5-pounder.
I've got a company called Hidden Tea, and I met this guy last year at ICAST. And what he has finally got around that he's making is a hidden tee for the butt of your rod. So if you're catching big fish like black drum or something that, really big black drum, what happens is that you can make the bottom of your rod pop out. It'll set in a rod holder, but then you can make it pop sideways and you'll have a 5-inch bar that you can put against your waist. And for, veterans that are, maybe in wheelchairs or maybe they have a hard time fighting it, you don't have to find that little yellow tennis ball that goes on the end, But I have one of those for you and some of our other guys that I want to put them on a rod for you, or you guys can figure out how to do it or whatever, and just see what you think, because I think he's really onto something.
That'd be cool.
Okay. I'll set you up with one.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and pick the winner of letter B. So 3 rolls, 164, 182. The winner is 163. 163. Brian McPhail from North Carolina with a 20.5 trout. Congrats, Brian.
David, we didn't pick one for that already?
No.
Okay.
We just talked about it.
Okay, gotcha.
So we got 2 North Carolina winners so far.
Okay.
Brian enters a lot of fish, so I'm glad to see him win. Okay. And last giveaway is this one.
All right. Well, let's see. We have some more release over 20 Trout Eye 316, Epoch mouse pad, Coastal swim bait with a sticker, APCO koozie, drum spots, small, high-low tide T-shirt in the military heather, Mirror Lure 18MR, Topwater Company sample pack clips, and Z-Man jerk shrimp in fried chicken.
That Coastal looks like a Spook Junior profile.
Uh-huh.
And then it's another one of those mirror lures with the
Pink
good
mirror
color.
lures.
Yep. Another good one. Another good pack. So, all right. The last winner, drum roll, 3 rolls, 254, 56, and the winner is 64. 64. Cam Latane from Virginia with a 23-inch trout. Congrats, Cam. And there we have our winners. 2 from North Carolina, 1 from Virginia, and our guide was from South Carolina. So 3 states represented. That's awesome. Scotty, I don't know what you're doing with the guide program, but we're getting more and more guides entering fish. So whatever you're doing, great job.
Just word of mouth. Everybody's putting it out there now.
I think it's awesome. And thank you also for making those little summary slides with like who the winners were. That's something that we've been missing, and appreciate you doing that, stepping up and doing
No
that.
problem.
All right. So you kind of came on late, Scotty, but everything's good with you besides being tired?
Still working on getting some stuff, getting the cups engraved for the guides per month, and then I got some other works I'm looking at doing, maybe some flags
Cool.
for the top overall fish like trout, flounder, sheepshead, and then having the like bar that holds the flag designed with the release over 20, and then whatever fish we're gonna do it for.
Super
and
cool.
The get on board one, I'll have the get on board like style, that green and blue, the get on board logo, and then top captain, and that'll be kind of passed around yearly.
It's awesome.
I'm
So
looking
cool,
at,
man.
like if we can get some release over 20 like 3x5 flags made,
Yeah,
and putting it with those poles, so that way they can have them on their boats.
that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Well, let us know what we can do to support, okay?
Yes, sir.
Adam, I've got a $100 check for you from Ty, the guy that got on my boat. He sent one to our PO box. Just
Oh, great.
so.
Look
Awesome.
at that, Kerry. You were number 69, so you're a 5 off from winning. Tough break.
What? Sure enough.
Oh, there's Carrie
Wow.
right there.
Did I really catch a 26-inch red drum?
22.
22. I was going to say, I don't think I had a 26.
So
Okay.
close to victory.
The other day with a red tag,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I caught a 26 3/4.
Did you really?
Got $100. Yeah.
So Josh just answered congrats, and sorry, Josh, because you were one away from winning. But dude, keep entering fish because you will win eventually, probably more than once. So, all right. Well, thank you all for showing up. And any last words before we wrap this up?
Not from me.
All
Tight
right.
lines.
Tight lines, everyone. We'll see you next month. Keep the entries coming. We already got a bunch for this month, and we'll keep it rolling.
Sounds
So-
good.
Thank y'all.
See
Thanks,
ya.
everybody.
All right. Good night.
You can send me the picture and then the names. I'll get that put.
Yeah.
into